Today's positive word quote is from the famous poet Robert Frost. The quote is the final three lines of his poem, The Road Not Taken. Quote, "Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." Close quote. This is obviously not your usual motivational quote, and at first you may think, this has no relevance in my life, but I ask your indulgence and your attention as I share why I believe the final lines of Frost's poem hold wisdom for you, for me, and for everyone else on the road of life. Welcome to this episode of the Positive Word Affirmation Show. I'm your host, Stephen Carter, CEO of Stress Solutions, LLC. I've been helping people dissolve stress and achieve success for more than 40 years. You'll find information about my company and my background at eft-md.com, www.eft-md.com. The way this podcast works is I share an inspiring quote, I offer brief commentary about that quote, and I suggest one or more affirmations you can choose to use to create positive results in your life by incorporating the guidance offered in that inspiring quote. The episodes for this podcast are designed to be brief, focused, and to the point. However, for this episode, I invite you to linger a little longer than usual as you and I consider Robert Frost's final three lines from The Road Not Taken, and we create affirmations you can apply based on the wisdom Robert Frost shares with us. Of all of Frost's many poems, this is by far my personal favorite. There is deep wisdom in the words of this poem. Before moving forward with crafting the affirmations for Frost's final three lines, please allow me to recite The Road Not Taken in its entirety so you and I can better understand how those final three lines can be relevant for our lives. This poem is short, but the wisdom will be evident as we read his work. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I would ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. What is Frost telling us in this poem? First, life is a series of choices, a series of decisions about which roads to take. The well-worn paths may at first appear to be the right roads to choose, but are they? You are unique. You have been given the gift of choice, the gift of free will to choose life destinations that call to you. The call to take one road over another may not be loud, but if you're quiet in mind as you consider which way to go at each fork in the roads you travel, you will increase the likelihood that your choices will be informed by inner wisdom, inner knowing. When you arrive at your ultimate destination and look back down the roads you've traveled, you'll do so with deep satisfaction with your choices, knowing you chose the roads less traveled, but knowing those were exactly the right roads for you. Here are some suggested affirmations to put Robert Frost's wisdom to work in your life. Affirmation 1, I choose to be attentive to my inner knowing as I travel on life's journey so I can make decisions that align with my inner wisdom. I choose to be attentive to my inner knowing as I travel on life's journey so I can make decisions that align with my inner wisdom. Affirmation 2. When I come to a fork in life's road, I choose to stop, look carefully at the roadways available, and listen to my inner wisdom so I can choose the road that I know deep within to be the best way forward. When I come to a fork in life's road, I choose to stop, look carefully at the roadways available, and listen to my inner wisdom so I can choose the road that I know deep within to be the best way forward. Affirmation 3. I choose to trust those sometimes faint signals from within and have faith based on that inner wisdom so I can move forward on new roads with an attitude of wonder about what beauty awaits around the next turn. I choose to trust the sometimes faint signals from within and have faith based on that inner wisdom so I can move forward on new roads with an attitude of wonder about what beauty awaits me around the turn. As you consider these affirmations, please feel free to change them if your inner wisdom guides you to do that. Remember, you are the one choosing your way forward at each fork of life's road. Consider taking those roads less traveled by, but those roads that are inviting you in ways you may not completely understand at the time you're choosing a given road. As you near your life's destination and recall each fork in each road you traveled, you will say with deep satisfaction, I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. If you would like to explore The Road Not Taken in greater depth, or you would like to learn more about Robert Frost, I'll have relevant information linked up in the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, why not share it with a friend, a loved one? You can subscribe or follow this Positive Word Affirmation show wherever you get your podcasts. If you have questions or you would like to contact me for any reason, email me at cartermethod@gmail.com. Find us on the web at eft-md.com, eft-md.com, to discover how emotional freedom techniques and other energy psychology methods and meditation can easily be combined with positive word affirmations for a better, happier, and a more successful life. Thank you for sharing this audio journey with me. Until our next visit, your host here, Stephen Carter, CEO for Stress Solutions, LLC, and I wish you and your loved ones blessings beyond measure.